Welcome. In this video, I'll be explaining what we would like you to do for Module 2, the Driving Question Board, in the Open SciEd Unit 8.3, Forces at a Distance. In order to complete the Driving Question Board module, we'd like you to first open up the assignment titled Driving Question Board and Unit Storyline Alignment. Once you're here, you'll see the focus question, the purpose of this activity, the written instructions, and the video instructions. So let's review. Our focus question is, how does the 8.3 unit storyline align with the questions and ideas generated by students, that's you, during the anchoring phenomenon routine? And the purpose of this is for you to be able to develop familiarity with the unit storyline and prepare for the unit implementation with your students. And specifically, you'll find that the questions that students are able to ask will naturally align with the unit storyline as it is written. So first, we'd like you to review the driving question board and the ideas for future investigations that were generated during that first synchronous session. And what you are going to be doing in a nutshell is, as you go through the Open SciEd unit storyline, you will be finding which lessons will address the questions that we generated, and thus are likely to be the questions that your students generate, and it will give you a better understanding of when and how your students will be learning the ideas that they're wondering about. The first thing that you will need to do is make a copy. So in order to do that, you go to this little 3-button icon and come on down to the Make a Copy. When you make a copy, you can name it what you like. You can store it in a folder in your drive. I like to always have folders because I find it difficult to go back and find things. And once I've made a copy, I'll be able to edit this Jamboard. And again, we're hoping that you use this Jamboard as an interactive tool to help you as you're exploring that unit storyline and just anticipating what your students are going to be wondering. So what you'll do is, as you go through the storyline and figure out when the questions will be addressed, you can simply click on a number and drag it to the question. So for example, we have some questions over here about what causes the vibration and what causes the forces. So let's say that from the unit storyline, you figured out that this idea will be addressed during lesson 4. You would simply click the number 4 image icon and drag it over to the question. Now, these are not the questions that you have generated as a team. This is just an idea of what it might look like. And as you can see, when I dragged the number over, you can't see it anymore. So with Jamboard, you'll just need to order the images. And so if you click on the little 3 buttons or the little 3 dots, you can go over to order and bring that to the front. And you will see the number 4. Let's see, what would be the effect, or what would the effect be if there were no speaker cone? So perhaps the anatomy of the speaker will be addressed in number 2. So I could drag over this number 2 and again bring it to the front. You will continue until you have reviewed each of the questions and aligned them with the lessons in the storyline. And once that is done, you will need to share this Jamboard. So if you select share, you're going to want to change it so that anyone in the group can view, so that your instructors will be able to view. So for me, I would just hit the change. I work in the Shoreline School District, but I want anyone with the link to be able to view it. So now that they can view it, I can copy the link. And then I will go back over, and this will be added into basically the box that you will be able to submit a link in. Okay. As you are completing this activity, please be noticing which of the questions from our driving question board match the questions in the storyline. And again, you'll be moving those numbers to reflect that. But also which questions do not match the lessons that are described in the storyline document. And then also be noticing those ideas that we have for future investigations. Where are those going to be addressed within the unit? We would like you to consider how you will use this information to support your students during the unit. And then finally, write your observations in the text box, or again, just upload either a screenshot of your Jamboard or that direct link. All of those are options that you will be able to do to submit this assignment. Because I have the teacher version of this particular lesson, we don't see that what the student view would show, and it's not published, so I can't show it to you, but in this upper right-hand corner, it would simply say something to the effect of submit assignment. You click that, and then you will have the option to enter in that link, the text entry, or an image of your Jamboard.